Good evening, everybody. Let's get straight into this. No intro. No intro. We're just going to get right to the facts. Good evening, Cass. We are going to get right to the facts here. As we all know, there's a problem with the mamas, but one mama does not know how big the problem is with the other mama. That is my professional conclusion, my professional diagnosis of the situation. Cirie is not aware of how much Felicia is leaking oil. So, Jag and Matt concocted a plan for Matt to tell Cirie that he's trying to get Jag out in the double to see if Cirie would tell Felicia, and if Felicia would in turn come to him with that information. So basically to see if that information would circulate its way back to Jag in the HOH room. And that is exactly what happens. I think at this point, they're just doing things because they're bored. Because no matter who they trust more out of Cirie or Felicia, they don't intend to keep either of them to 3. So it's not like them knowing that Cirie told that information to Felicia significantly changes the game in any way. I think the only piece of information that changed the game a little bit was Felicia selling out Cirie on the fact that Cirie wants to have a split vote at 2-2. I think that's the one thing that could have an impact on the game, because now Jag is like, I have to tell Blue, because now Jag is worried about Blue's jury vote. So I think that he's not going to have Blue's jury vote regardless, to be quite honest with y'all, because I think that Blue is just going to be upset with the fact that her friend has sold her out multiple times and now is doing a blindside. America's already upset at him. People are saying that Corey would vote for him, but it depends. Corey and Cam, I think their votes depend because they're the first 2 jurors. So I don't think that they're going to just say, oh, I'm Team Jag to the end. I think that it's going to depend on who's sitting next to him, where they decide to put their votes. Do you think there's another reason Jag is targeting Blue, other than Blue is a good competitor? To be honest, Jag targeting Blue over America does not make any sense to me. I don't get it. Normally I have theories. Normally I'm like, oh, well, I can see that he might be thinking this, or it might be for this reason, this strategy. But I simply do not understand why this man thinks that Blue is a bigger threat to him than America. He claims that they're kind of a similar threat level, but Blue is more likely to win a competition. That's really the claim. That is the claim. Now, this is the stupid part for me. I don't understand Felicia's end game. A lot of people are saying, oh, people are just mad because it's Cirie. I'm not mad because it's Cirie. I'm mad because I don't see an end game to this. Okay, so you want to prove to Jag that Jag could trust you so that he's going to keep you. Well, Jag, Bowie, and Matt, everybody in the house knows at this point that those 3 are a 3. It's no secret. It's no surprise. They are a 3. The whole house knows that. So Cirie is on the outskirts of the three. So why are you focusing all of your energy on a person that they're not even planning to take to three? You're leaving Bowie where she's at. You're leaving America where she's at. Whatever spot that Cirie goes out in, I'm pretty sure that they will be like, Felicia's next. I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna go. 1, 2. They're not like, oh, I can trust Felicia now, so I'm gonna put her above Bowie. Cirie is smartly using the fact that they have 2 votes. But the problem with what Cirie's doing is she doesn't realize that Felicia is working against her and behind her at every turn. By the way, hi YTC, hi D, hi Edward, hi Patricia, and hi Mickey, and hi Charmed Life, and Willa. If I might have missed you, I might not have. Is Blue this clueless? She doesn't know what's going on. America also on the block and calm. I know, right? And that's not even America's personality. I don't hate Blue like so many people do. I'm not saying y'all, but there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I hate Blue. There's been a real Blue hate train, but I don't hate her, but she does not understand what's going on in this game. But how can you blame her for that? They were the ones who knew that she knew little to almost nothing about the show. You can tell when she's talking about the show that after they said that she's going to be on the show, she just watched a couple of seasons and a couple of highlights and was like, this is just a good opportunity for me to build my brand, but you can't blame her for that. They're the ones who reached out to her. Why are you going to attack the castmate? Are you going to be live during finale night? Listen, I have not thought that far ahead, but guess what? I'm going to be live on finale night. Because I did that last year, I will do that this year. The only difference between this year and last year is I'm going to have my headphones on because if they pick up the audio, my channel is getting a strike. So I refuse to let my channel get a strike. So I am going to be watching it, but I'm going to have my headphones on. And I'm going to make it a thing, by the way. We're going to make finale night a thing where I am actually going to dress up like it's finale night in my house and do something fun, make it fun. I might have a pre-show, a post-show. Like, I'm really going to make a day 100. Yeah, day 100 is going to be a thing, y'all. Day 100 is going to be a thing for me. Let's see here. Has Blue disclosed that Jared is Cirie's son? I don't know. I don't think so. By the way, this is not going to be my only live for today. I'm going to jump on here after tonight's episode to recap tonight's episode. So not to fear, if you missed this one, I will be on here for a next one. This is just an extra one because I missed jumping on here while I was away. Blue needs to play Blues Clues. I knew that comment was gonna come eventually. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm gonna be on here another like 13 minutes. This was just a very quick one. I also don't know what's happening on BB. I don't watch live feeds. Honestly, you're not missing a ton. This thing that's happening with Felicia, it wasn't sparked by anything. Cirie didn't do anything new. It was not any kind of confrontation that took place. Felicia is just actually the only person who's playing the game right now. Everyone else is just bowing down to King Jack. Is Matt if Matt or Jag don't split up on double eviction night, I might skip the rest of the episodes. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I know, right? Silver anniversary, and you're gonna play like this. We all deserve it. Putting up with this season. Do better, big brother. Do better. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to finale night. This cast is a mess. There's only 17 days left, y'all. There's only 17 days. There's only 17 days. Out of all the things that happened, what was your? I have to think so far back to think of something I enjoyed this season. The favorite thing. The favorite thing. A couple of my favorite things were Mimi's exit and Izzy's exit. Not the fact that they left, but the way they exited. I liked those things quite a bit. I liked Mimi and I liked Mimi giving Corey the hand, and I liked Izzy's exit with Cam. I liked those two things. Aside from that, there has not really been, I can't, it's hard for me to think of a favorite. What were some of y'all's favorites for the Blues Clues comment? Cass has at least 2 to 3 of those per live. Blue will go bonkers when she gets the nest. Knowing who's gonna win this year, AFP this year is more interesting. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely gonna be. Yeah, because last year was a clear AFP. The year before with Tiffany was not too surprising. Usually you have a general idea. These are the top 2 or 3, but this year it really flips and changes a lot. So I have no clue who's going to win AFP. Blue has actively chosen to not believe she's the target. I'm waiting on Felicia. She's gonna be like, oh, now you see, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Wow. Wow. She's gonna have a huge reaction to that. I'm with you, Edward. If Jat is just gonna steamroll, yeah, I don't blame y'all. I do not blame y'all. The reason I made my comment that I made on my community post is because a lot of people have messaged me or commented like, "I'm sorry, Mark, but I'm not gonna make finale night, or I'm not gonna be able to make any more of your lives because I can't stomach the season." And I'm like, I don't take that as a personal thing. I didn't cast the show. I don't write for the show. I don't have anything to do with the show aside from watching it like y'all. So that's not a personal thing to me. I mean, I appreciate everyone who feels the need to tell me that you're not going to be there anymore, but I get it. I'm watching just like you are. I'm bored just like you are. I'm here for the chat, quite frankly. This is not a season that has intrigued me enough that I can say that I'm here for anything but my own chat, which I always am interested in. The chat is always fun for me, regardless of the show. I went on live on Sunday and I didn't even see the episode. I still haven't seen Sunday's episode, actually. I think allowing Jag to have power the last 2 weeks really messed with the house. Felicia went from, yeah, she was actually, that's true. She was actually trying to figure out right with them, how do we get out Jag? Now all of a sudden, she is focusing all her attention on Cirie. Give me 30 seconds, y'all. Okay, back in action. I'm back in action. Imagine Kirsten winning AFP. Can anybody who's been, so AFP is anybody that's been on the season with the exception of obviously anyone who's been expelled. But does that mean anyone else can win AFP? Just for clarification. They talk about Kirsten a lot though, y'all. I've never seen somebody who's been out in the first week that has been spoken about this much. We're on day 84. They're still in the house talking about Kirsten. Cameron HOH week 9 was the worst move. Getting Mimi out, except Corey. Did Corey ever find out? Not that we know of. I don't know. I don't know if it happened and they cut it out, but not that we know of. My favorite was the whole pre-jury. I mean, all the pre-jury people are the most interesting people. Crazy. Cam has the casual vote, so the feeders are gonna have to come through and focus on one or two house guests. Luke winning America's favorite. By the way, even though I'm about to leave, I'm still asking y'all. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. To the people who said they unsubscribed to my channel because of my Mimi math isn't mathin' thing, I would have put it up right now, but don't think that I'm going to stop putting that up. That's a strange reason to unsubscribe to a whole channel because you don't like seeing Mimi. But I say all that to say, please help the math. I hope that there are 32 likes to match the 32 people who hopped on here. I really want to see finale night. Oh, man. I almost had an idea for a finale night, but then I just remembered that Kirsten will be at finale night, so I can't even ask about that. Izzy AFP. You know, Izzy is somebody that a lot of us have liked more in retrospect because I remember we were all like, why is Izzy doing the most? Izzy's emotional. Izzy's doing all this, and she's ruining Cirie's game, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as she left, that was the last person that we really had who was taking action. A lot of us thought America was going to be that person. America has not been that person. America has been that person who's like, I'm comfortable just to be along for the ride. Like her showmance, I've barely even heard her talking about the show, actually, strategy and anything after Corey's been out. She's been holding Corey's picture all day and talking about how much she misses him. We really have to hope that Cirie or America are going to shake something up. And they didn't win anything, period, this season. Bowie and Felicia, I know. Yeah, for sure. It took me so long to try to type my favorite moment, but I cannot think of one. That's what I'm saying. I had to make up a favorite moment. You know, those are things that made me laugh, but I can't really think of anything where I'm like, ooh. Whereas last season, you asked me my favorite moment of last season, I would say number one would be the whole finale night, not just the night of the finale, but the night before watching Taylor, and then the actual finale, that part. And then second favorite would probably be the first night of Monte, because that was on. I can't even call that night because that happened at probably 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, 7 Pacific for them. Oh, that was funny. Good afternoon, Deborah. Hey, Melanie. Oh, and Felicia falling in the pool was funny too. That was hilarious. Uh, Anybody from this season? I would vote for Izzy. I would vote for Izzy. Plus, Izzy is so funny in person. Like, y'all should have seen. There was all these Survivor people. There was all these Amazing Race and all these other shows. And I mean, I know it's partially because he was the she was the latest person, but a lot of people really gravitated towards Izzy, and she has such a level-headed view of the game. As much as I was looking at her on the show, and I'm like, yo, Izzy's all over the place. When you hear her speak about the game off the show, so interesting to hear her speak about the game. And also, Izzy said she was not a live feeder. She's a super fan, but she was not a live feeder. And I now will make the argument that if you have not watched the live feeds and do not watch the live feeds, you're not really a super fan. You're just a fan. Before, I just thought a super fan is somebody who's watched every season and knows everything that happened in the episodes, but you're not the same type of fan if you do not indulge in the feeds. BB24, well, Paloma's self-evicted. Or not, well, yeah, self-evicted, I guess. Yeah, Paloma's self-evicted, and then I think the first person who was voted off was Amira, right? Am I wrong on that? Was Amira the first person voted off? I'm so over Felicia and her mustard. And she keeps talking about um Jag was like, so how should I tell Blue? Because I have to tell Blue that she's going out. And Felicia's like, well, just tell her that you feel it in your guts. That always works for me. You feel it in your guts. And I'm like, you and this gut thing, everything happens in your guts. The farting. I'm going to stop there. I am going to stop right there. She wears out that mustard seed. Everybody is going in on how Felicia gives all her Bible references and then does some vile stuff all day. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Turn this camera on for a second before I bounce. Before I bounce, just throwing on the camera for a second. Her desperation stinks to the high heavens. Heck yeah, a couple of people told me they were unsubscribing. A couple of people told me that they were unsubscribing. because they didn't like my me. And I'm here like, if that's all it took, y'all were never for me anyways. I'm good with you not being here. Felicia dreaming is she could go, does she think she going somewhere without Cirie? Well, she's dreaming. She's dreaming for sure. Oh yeah, Pooch, you're right. It was not Amira. I think Amira was right after Pooch. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. We need to have like a Big Brother trivia night or something. Maybe we'll do that on a Friday. Maybe we'll do that this Friday. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. Normally I get to all these comments, but I am running off. I have to run off, but I will be back. I'll be back later. Appreciate y'all. And we will talk soon.